Here we have two ball machines. On the right we have the Titan, and it is one of the most advanced ball machines ever made. On the left we have the Slinger bag. Pretty well known, game-changing in the sense that it has brought a level of affordability to the ball machine world. Never seen before, but it is very basic in comparison to the Titan. We're going to go over the pros and cons of each, as well as the differences in features offered. Open these up a little bit so you can get a basic idea of how the balls are actually stored in these machines. And there they are side by side, very similar in size. The Slinger bag may be slightly shorter, but a little bit wider as well. Right after you download the app, this is what you'll see. If you long hold on any of these drills, it'll open this menu up, and you can edit the parameters: height, speed, direction, feed, and spin. Direction is where on the court it will send the ball. You can see it just shifted more so to the right side. I'm going to increase the speed here, and you will see that it goes deeper into the court. See, it was on the service box there, but now it's about halfway between the service box and the actual baseline. And you have two diagrams there. The top part is the court, and the bottom part is the depth of the ball as well as the trajectory. So between the two things, you get a very good virtual idea of where the ball is going. You can also customize a 6-shot drill. So you can see ball 1, ball 2, etc. You can customize each parameter. Here is another drill called fully random, just a preset name. You can even have some parameters set to random, such as height and direction, to keep you on your toes. Let's put some of these drills into practice. I have my Tolson Sweet Area Racket, very small head size, just to practice your sweet spot contact. Let's get down to the baseline. I just started the machine, and you can hear how quickly it actually spools up for the drill to start. This is much faster than a Slinger bag will do. So this is very basic. We're just going to do some forehands, but it shows you how consistently and precisely the machine feeds. You can see on the app here where the ball says it will send and where it actually sends. Very good. And this is a nice way to warm up. Obviously, sometimes you just want to work on the same shot over and over again. Machines are so good for that. Now we're going to alternate between forehands and backhands. For now, it'll be the same forehand and the same backhand. I am working on a lefty forehand because I like the idea of replacing my backhand with another lefty forehand, but yeah, worst case, I think it'll make my two-handed backhand better. Anyway, let's put a few balls away and do the next drill. That one pushed me out a little further, as you see, and we're still alternating forehands and backhands here, but that one sent the ball a lot higher. This one also a lot higher. So this one is alternating the depth and intensity, but still keeping the location and the side the same. This keeps a healthy amount of variability while still being somewhat predictable. Now let's do that same exercise, except the third ball is going to be a high, deep baseline lob. Look at that, you got to catch that high, and the rest of the balls will be as they were. So you can really modify each drill to be whatever you want. Here's another drill based on the same pattern. Got that lob again, but what we changed is not that shot, but the final shot in the drill. This one falls very close to the net. Basically a drop shot or an approach shot. This is, funny enough, one of my favorite things about using my ball machine now is this method of picking up the balls. Look at how effortless that is. Honestly, it turns so many heads. Very funny. But it makes picking up the balls, honestly, almost fun. I look forward to it. And they empty so easily into the Titan. It's super light. It also fits in the ball machine. By the way, the pressureless balls by Titan are some of the absolute best. They feel so close to the real thing for such a long time. For the best experience with this machine, I honestly can't recommend another ball. In order to adjust the height on the Slinger bag, you actually have to get down to the bag and control the angle of the launching ramp, which you do here. You loosen this, you adjust this, tighten it down to lock it in place, and that's how you adjust height. Adjusting your speed of the ball and the feed rate of the ball are both done here. So to make any adjustments on the machine, you actually have to get up to the machine and turn knobs, whereas on the Titan, everything is done on your smartphone. One major quirk of the Slinger is that since it only has one motor, the ball is essentially getting spun across a curved ramp, which means the only option for a ball that you're going to get is a heavy topspin ball. So the faster the ball comes out of here, the more topspin. And the topspin that comes out of here is very unrealistic. Let's say a regular baseline type of ball, 40, 50 miles an hour, would have about the amount of spin of a very heavy kick serve, which is not a realistic shot. So personally, the only way I even want to use the Slinger bag is with the machine on the same side as me, because that's the only way that the ball will be slow enough that the spin isn't ridiculous. Also, I gotta say the Slinger bag is more prone to getting jammed. Maybe not jammed, but the balls will get stuck and positioned in a way that they won't fall into the feeding mechanism of the machine. So having the ball machine on the same side of me more easily allows me to walk up to the machine and give it a little shake, maybe a little stir, so the balls can continue feeding as expected. The Titan never seems to have such an issue. All right, let's turn on that Slinger machine. It's nice to have a little remote, I gotta say. And this is about as intensely as I would use the Slinger bag. You can see it got stuck a little bit there and then the ball came out. For the most part, it's pretty consistent with its feed rate, but that kind of thing might happen. And if it takes any longer than a few seconds, it might mean that you have to go and give it a shake or stir, like I said. Anyway, just working on my lefty forehand here. This is kind of a nice, deep drop toss type of feed. You could lower the angle a bit, you could lower the speed a little bit, but these are on pretty minimal settings. And this is just to give you an idea of how I use the machine. Again, anything higher in terms of speed of the ball will massively increase the topspin you get, and the bounce will be completely ridiculous. You will not like it. I cannot stress that enough. By the way, if you're interested in these strings, maybe you notice the color shift effect, you can use my discount code TIMEFORTENNIS. I'll leave a link in the description. Part of me appreciates having the machine on the same side because the pace of the ball can basically be like a drop feed, but you could do the same thing with the Titan. It's just that the smartphone app simulator wouldn't correlate with how you're actually using the machine, but the Titan would be totally capable of this kind of feeding position. So if you want to get the most basic machine, it's hard to say that the Slinger bag wouldn't be the appropriate purchase. But keep in mind, anything faster than I was feeding this ball, completely unrealistic topspin. Not good practice in my opinion. So I basically use this ball machine as a drop feeder, which is great. That is so much better than nothing. And I think there's something to be said about generating your own pace and just watching the ball, hitting the same shot over and over again. And if you want to get creative, you can always move around the ball and run around a forehand or run around a backhand, etc. Point is, you can get a lot out of this experience, but obviously it doesn't come anywhere close to what the Titan is going to offer you. Basically, the Slinger machine is kind of like a drop feeder, and the Titan is so sophisticated that I darn near call it a tennis simulator. This is one of the most advanced ball machines ever made, and if you want to get closer to the real thing, real tennis, I'd obviously have to point you in the direction of the Titan ball machine. Yes, it costs more, but if that's worth it to you, it is the obvious purchase. So you have two motors, which is why you can control the amount of topspin. You can have backspin or topspin to pretty extreme degrees. But there's also a braking system in here to immediately stop one of or both of these wheels, which means that you can go immediately from a heavy topspin shot deep into the baseline to a backspin drop shot immediately because of the advanced braking system inside of this machine. So the shot style and characteristics can change on a dime, and that is also unique to this Titan machine. The only variability that the Slinger machine is going to offer you is if you get it with the oscillator, which I do believe it comes with now. That could change based on the time you're watching this video because prices and package deals can change, sometimes due to inventory or whatever, but the oscillator doesn't actually sync up with the feeding of the machine. The oscillator literally will just rotate back and forth like a swivel fan, and the balls will just come out whenever they come out. There's no synchronization, in other words. There's no backhand, forehand, forehand. It's just wherever the ball machine happens to be facing when the ball comes out. So maybe that's interesting to some people, but personally, I'd rather it just drop feed in the same spot and I'll move around to hit the ball that I want to hit. And if I want to change my position on the court, I'll just relocate the machine in myself. So personally, I would never use that oscillator because it's not even synced up. And yeah, hopefully that gives you guys a good idea. If you want the absolute cheapest ball machine, that in my opinion is definitely better than nothing, you can get the Slinger bag. If you want one of the most advanced ball machines ever made, gotta point you towards the Titan. And keep in mind that the smartphone app can always upgrade later. This machine has the potential to actually get better over time with the right software updates to the application. The Slinger bag is just going to be whatever it is. One really cool feature also is that you can create a custom drill and share it with other people. I'll show you how that feature works. All right, we're back in the app. Let's open up that 2-line drill I was filming with earlier. And in order to load or save a drill, we will go to the top right corner and click on the 3 horizontal lines. That's called a hamburger menu, and click Share. And it will pull up this QR code that will save to your picture gallery. And you can send that picture to somebody or save it in your album for later. Anyway, to load this drill, we're going to go into the forehand drill at the top here. You can pick any one of these though. Click that hamburger menu again, and this time we will select Load. And from here you can select from your own gallery or open up your camera to look at a QR code pulled up on someone else's phone and open the drill either way. We'll select it from the gallery this time, and you can see that the drill has been saved and opened perfectly. And if you ever want to reset that slot back to what it originally was, just go back to the hamburger menu and select Reset. And it will restore back to the forehand drill it was when you downloaded the app. Well, congrats on making it this far in the video, because you're going to get to see a pretty fun exercise or drill here. Basically have the court split between the backhand and forehand side. There is very little interval between either of us getting the next ball. And that's thanks to this machine being able to so quickly alternate between the backhand and forehand side with such good accuracy, I might add, and a high feed rate. There's a lot of creative potential with this machine, and it's only going to get better as the app gets more sophisticated and the community becomes more creative. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you guys see more ideas on how to use this machine and how I use this machine, as well as a lot of other kinds of content, of course. And if you're interested in this machine, it is live now. You can get this. And with my code Time for Tennis, you can save. Shipping is very expensive for packages this big, so it's very nice to get free shipping. And you can use the same code as you see it for many other products. All those links are in the description below. And if you guys want to buy me a coffee for a direct shout out in my next video, link below for that as well. Thanks for all the support, and I hope by the end of this video you at least see the value that a ball machine can provide you. Whether you go basic with the Slinger or really advanced with the Titan here, I think machines really do have their place. So that's it for now. Like, subscribe, comment if you got anything to say or ask, and I will see you guys in a future video. Thank you so much. For today's coffee shout out, I'm actually gonna drink some Olipop. It is caffeinated, so I feel like that counts. 50 milligrams of caffeine. I have nothing to do with Olipop, but I fully back this company. Cherry Cola is one of my go-tos. Anyway, thank you somebody. I think they want to stay anonymous for the shout out. Appreciate your donation of coffee. But I believe I know who this is. This is somebody I met recently because I found a wallet on the tennis courts and somehow, through my own resourcefulness, managed to return this wallet to the owner. Since then, they have been a friend. We actually hit that very day, so that was very cool. And now this person got me a coffee. So thank you, somebody. I know who you are. And if anyone else would like to support the channel directly, you can do so. Link below to buy me a coffee is below, and I will shout you out in a future video. Thank you so much. See you in the next one. Who has iced beverages on a rainy, cold day?